Good afternoon. I'm Shawn Yao, and this is One News Now. Vice President Leni Robredo has released a more detailed set of health platforms should she win the presidency in 2022. Gerard de la Peña joins us live from Quezon City for the details. Gerard, what will the Robredo camp be focusing on, at least pandemic response-wise?
Well, Sean, Vice President Leni Robredo says that she will improve COVID-19 pandemic response by appointing a competent health chief, addressing corruption in health agencies, and ensuring that healthcare frontliners are well compensated. That is, if she wins the presidency. Robredo's plan also includes ensuring there is sufficient hospital equipment and personnel. The presidential aspirant also said she will zero in on free healthcare and restructure PhilHealth. The incumbent VP notes that this will have a 500 billion peso price tag, which can be easily funded if all government agencies will give up non-urgent expenses. Robredo also plans to continue her engagements with the private sector to fund various programs similar to their strategy in the OVP. She said support from the private sector is crucial but can only be done if the government is trustworthy. Former Health Secretaries Manuel Dairit and Esperanza Cabral, who both advised Robredo, have expressed support for the VP's health agenda. Sean, Robredo also reacted to proposals of making vaccination a requirement for cash subsidies. She says she is for mass vaccination, but not to the point of depriving those unvaccinated. Recall that Robredo is advocating for the provision of incentives to encourage vaccination instead. Sean.
All right, good to hear. Thank you so much for that update and stay safe. Gerard de la Peña joining us live from Quezon City. Meanwhile, presidential aspirant Bongbong Marcos has visited Tacloban City. Earlier today, Marcos joined the city's commemoration of the 8th anniversary of Super Typhoon Yolanda. Recall that back in 2013, thousands of people died and many more injured after the onslaught of the typhoon. Tacloban Mayor Alfred Romualdez and House Majority Floor Leader Martin Romualdez were also present in the event. The city is known as one of the bailiwicks of the Marcos and Romualdez families. Vaccine czar Carlito Galvez Jr. says that the release of 4-piece cash subsidies can be delayed until a beneficiary has been vaccinated. Galvez made this comment in response to a proposal to make vaccination a requirement for receiving subsidies. Galvez said the proposal does not seek to forfeit the cash grant entirely, but only to delay its release pending vaccination. The National Task Force Chief Implementer added that it may now be time to consider mandating vaccination.
Sa 4-piece po, pwede naman natin i-delay yan. Hindi naman po natin to forfeit. Hanggang once na nabakunahan siya, bibigay po natin sa kanya yan.
We'll be back with more stories after this quick break. Stay with us here on One News. Watching One News Now. I'm Shawn Yao. Petron President and CEO Ramon Ang has expressed willingness to sell the oil firm back to the government. In a House committee hearing, Ang said the government could purchase the company back anytime. He said he would even allow staggered payments of up to 5 years. Ang noted that they lost around 18 billion pesos in revenue last year because of the pandemic. A bill seeking to renationalize Petron has been filed in the lower house. The author said it would assure the public of reasonable oil prices amid continuous price hikes.
Kung gusto ng gobyerno bilhin, handa nyo na, sabihin nyo na. At bebenta ko kagad sa inyo. Pagawa nyo na ng valuation immediately. Walang arte-arte.
Let's take a quick look at today's other top stories. Metro Manila mayors are pushing to remove the mandatory use of face shields except in hospitals and PUVs. The Health Department will present the recommendations on the matter to the ITF on Thursday. But until then, the DOH is urging LGUs to wait for the IATF's final decision before implementing any policy. PNP Chief Guillermo Eleazar leads his final flag-raising ceremony as the country's top cop before his retirement on November 13. Eleazar believes that he was able to improve the PNP's image through internal cleansing policies during his short stint as PNP chief. And oil companies will be implementing a price rollback in petroleum products starting tomorrow. Diesel prices are set to go down by 60 centavos per liter. A price rollback of 1 peso per liter on gasoline is likewise expected. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.